Okay guys, welcome to and welcome back. And today's video, I am showing you guys how I make some pants. So what I'm doing here is, since I'm tall, I'm going to take 2 sheets of papers to make sure that I get it the desired length. And I'm going to do the trace method, but I'm going to exceed the length because these pants here, they're actually too short for me. So I'm just doing the best I can with what I have. And I was prepared to, trash the whole thing if it didn't come out right, but I knew that I had to just jump in and just try. So here I'm using my tools. This is a set of tools that my daughter got me. Let me insert the. Okay, so um, this is called Taylor. I don't know. It's real metal tools for people who, take being a seamstress and a tailor very serious. Professional tools is what they are. So yeah, so here I'm using my hip curve ruler to try to give some structure, not structure, to try to give some personality to the pants so they're not just straight leg, but they actually curve where curves go. And yeah, did it work? No. But again, this is the first time. First time. Can you imagine once I get to like the 50th pair of pants, how cold I'm gonna be? Hopefully. Um, the interesting thing about everything, yeah, I'm just really elated, okay, that I have these tools because I couldn't find this quality tools on Amazon. I still don't know where my daughter got them from or how much they cost. I just know they're a pretty penny because that French curve ruler by itself was like, I want to say $30, the French curve ruler. Um, so yeah, if you can imagine the L-shaped ruler, them being metal, like that's love. I really appreciate her for doing that. She wouldn't even let me reimburse her. Like I was just glad to find them. The ones that were on Amazon, they were, I want to say plastic. They were, um, I don't know. They were like an imitation of the good stuff. But anyway, I mean that's according to the reviews and the comments that I read. So I'm like, nah, I don't want this. They was like, just save your money and get the real deal. Save your money, get the real deal. And these are the real deal. So now I'm just cutting out the pattern of the pant. And I'm realizing that, whoa, this is pretty enormous. Pretty enormous. So I'm trying to figure out just exactly how much of this pattern needs to be cut off. I'm still looking, and it came with a book too. The other video number 2. It came with a book that gives great detail on how to make bodices and things like that. But again, your girl still can't get it. So I'm just winging everything over here, winging it, learning through trial and error, learning through the created and adjust method that I invented. I mean, okay, I didn't invent it, but I gave it the name create and adjust. Just jump right in there and try it. Just jump right in there and try it. So now I'm kind of thinning it out because I realized that the pattern, part of it had to go somewhere. Some stuff had to go. So I made it shorter and I made it, thinner. I actually owned some pants that were close to that size. They were size 18 tall. So yeah. And they were very comfortable. Most of my jeans are like size 14 long, some of them 16 long. Um, but that 18 tall, it was like it gave me um a better like mom jean fit. Anyway, so here I was about to use this pattern for the pants, and as soon as I opened it, y'all, I realized how pretty this fabric was, and it reminded me of the blue skirt set that I made that I absolutely love. It was the first one that I wore out, so I was like, nah, we saving this. We're going to do another skirt set with this, and this time we're going to line it, and this time we're going to add some trim, and we're going to save this for that. So now I got out a color that is very light and it's unforgiving. It shows all the ripples and dimples and cellulite and all that. So if anything, they could be pajama pants. Okay. So now I'm making sure that all the fabric is straight underneath there, because again, if it's not straight when you cut it, you're going to have a different type measurement, and we don't want that. A different type fit when you sew it. It'll yeah, just make sure it's straight underneath there. So with my cutting board being half of the size of my pants, I have to make sure that I add the weights to it, because the weights keep it in position while I'm adjusting the cutting board underneath. So for short people, y'all got it easy. Y'all can just make a whole dress. Anyway, so now I'm putting, and I just use some random weights. I'm sure they have actual sewing weights, but I find it to be a little bit unnecessary to purchase something that, you know, I have lying around the house. So you guys are going to see where I kind of would have messed up in just a second had I not have been paying attention and been like, now how am I going to put these on if I do this? So again, I could have been narrowing the pant leg as it goes down, right? Because the ankles don't need to be that wide. Don't nobody want no wide leg pant. I don't. I'm sorry. If you love a wide leg pant, that's beautiful. But for me, it's too much material. I'm clumsy. It might get caught in an escalator. So now I'm just going to hold it up to me and see.
Cut this off the front.
So more of that can go.
Where I was going with that.
More of that can go. But I didn't want these to be leggings. I wanted to kind of get like a pattern for work pants. You know, something that could be more professional than the leggings.
So now we're going to pull this up. Slide these down. Let's see, where's that?
Because we all know how to make leggings. Right. I mean, not that I've made them before, but they seem rather easy.
So now I'm going to go ahead and put some pins on this side.
Because it's all stretched, you know, but when you start getting into more professional clothing for a professional environment, that's when it's like, whoa, okay, you need better quality material, fabric, and they need to make sure that, it's not too hugging, you know what I mean? Anyway, so now I'm just pinning this down, but I didn't realize that I needed to open it up first. You have to open it up first. Hey guys, and I almost made a huge mistake. I'm glad I caught myself. So what you're going to do is you're going to just sew around the parameters of where you got that crotch point at, or butt point, whatever that is. Because if you sew this part, you ain't going to be able to put them on. So I would stop. I don't know how I was getting ready to do that, but you're obviously going to sew the other half of the pant to that. So I have to wait until I get that added on here, and it'll probably stop about here. I don't know. But I just thought about that. I'm like, how am I going to slide into that? Lord help me. Okay, so these are the other half of the pants. Now I just want to see real quick that everything lines up correctly. I mean, we use the same pattern, but you know, first time a lot could go wrong, so just want to make sure. So far it looks like okay. Looks like the first pant leg was longer than the other one, which is fine because that can be adjusted during the hemming process. All right. Yeah. a little longer. All right. So yeah. What am I doing wrong? Why does this look like this? Okay, I gotta watch a couple more videos to see. Because this can't be right here. Okay, so this is the back and the front. I got it. I got it. Okay, so yeah, this is the back. And then when you open it up, that's where you get the... Wow, I was about to stitch that all wrong. To God be the glory. Okay, so on a lighter note, because that was pretty heavy for me, like that was stupid. I went out and bought a serger. I know you guys, I have been saying for the longest, I was like, I'm not gonna buy a serger. I'm not ready for a serger yet. I assumed that they all was like the same size, the same price as sewing machines, right? Expensive. So I just kept putting it off. I'm like, my skills aren't there to need a serger. And so I said, but I just believe that God was going to bless me with one. You know, I was going to find one at a Goodwill thrift store. Somebody was going to be like, oh, you know, here you go. And I did. I stopped going to garage sales because I always felt obligated to buy something. You know, you get out and they're looking at you, looking at their stuff, and it's like, oh, I don't want to insult you by just getting back in my car. That's awkward. So I would always buy something. But this time I was like, you know what? I just want sewing stuff. You know, maybe some people, they have garage sales and they're trying to get rich. I get it. They got goals. They trying to pay a bill or something. And then some people, they're literally just cleaning out their garage and they're like, if I can get an extra $50 after this is all over with, then I'm cool. So the serger, let me show y'all, insert a clip. Anyway, so now I'm doing the same thing here. And of course, I'm not going to sew this like this, but I'm just getting it prepared. Okay, so that video is coming up soon because I've already started, you know, making other clothes with the serger or securing other clothes with the serger. I still use my sewing machine for that initial stitch, and then I go over it with, you know, my serger that I absolutely love. The layout. And so you're matching them up and you're putting them like they are, like a book closes. That's how you're putting them, kissing them together that way. Now it's laying on top of this fabric, but it's not being pinned to the fabric that it's on top of. Pivotal points first to make sure everything stays aligned. And then do the fill-ins. And this is important because you don't want a piece of fabric hanging out the wrong side. I made that mistake with a sleeve one time, putting a sleeve on. So now I realize the importance of the fabric being lined up. It's like a doctor doing surgery. You got to make sure everything is set and in place and going to heal properly, going to be worn properly. All right, so now we got this looking like this and this like this, but we're going to turn this over. Okay, and we're going to turn this over this way. And now we're going to pin everything on the pivotal points because that would be a lot of pins in here, guys. I know the back is supposed to be wider than the front. So somewhere along the lines, I'm going to have to deal with that. We're going to put this in here because I wasn't mindful of that when I was doing all this. I totally forgot about that whole, the back has to be more material coverage than the front. So we're just gonna, uh-oh. And again, I'm gonna do this off camera. But y'all see the vision. It's starting to come together nicely. I just pray it fits. We don't want to come this far and then, oh well, we got the concept down. We got the pattern. That's what we wanted. Create and adjust. I see a little flare in the bottom of them pants. I don't like that. Anyway, so now we see. Do y'all see that? Pair of pants. Bit of truth. I don't know what's the back. I don't know what's the front. Right now, they are the same. They're long enough. I gotta fix this. What is this? Okay, guys. So as you can see here, there are some problem areas. And I'm not talking about with the pants, but realize that the crotch part of the pants does need to be at a different point than the back. So I'm going to have to make another pant pattern, and it's going to be smaller, obviously, than the front. I mean, because unless I plan on making, what is that called? Y'all see how the seams is seaming? Oh my God, not seaming, but anyway, yeah, unless I'm just gonna be making a bunch of pajama pants.